I feel like every day now we get a new story about somebody of some relevance and prominence wanting to run for president. So now, here we go. This is in Politico. Liz Cheney says she's considering a third-party presidential bid. The 2024 race has already garnered a few third-party challengers, including Cornel West and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Former GOP Representative Liz Cheney is mulling a third-party run for president and will decide in the next few months. She said in interviews published Tuesday while promoting her new book, quote, "I think that the situation that we're in is so grave, and the politics of the moment require independents and Republicans and Democrats coming together in a way that can help form a new coalition, so that may well be a third-party option." Cheney told USA Today. The former Wyoming congresswoman told the Washington Post that in years past she would have not considered a third-party run, but now she thinks democracy is at risk at home, obviously, as a result of Trump's continued grip on the Republican Party. A fierce critic of Trump, Cheney served as the vice chair of the January 6th Select Committee, blah, 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 blah. You know, the whole spiel about her career. So, look, Jesus Christ. I think I lost count of all the people running and, like, on the brink of running. But we have Biden and Trump are likely to be the Democrat and the Republican candidate. I don't want that to be the case, but that is the most likely outcome, as I think everybody could see. Let's try to change that, but, you know, it is what it is in terms of what's likely to happen. So they're in there. Then you already have RFK definitely running as an independent. You already have Cornel West definitely running as an independent. You already have Jill Stein definitely running as a Green Party candidate. I think you're almost certainly going to have a Libertarian Party candidate. So now we're at 6. Then you get Joe Manchin has been flirting with it very openly, and he's now dipped his toe in the water a number of times where he said in interviews like he's likely going to do it. So you add him in the mix. Then you have, you know, the other day there was an article about Mark Cuban resigning from all this stuff that he's done, and that led me to believe, well, maybe Mark Cuban's going to do it, although there's other potential theories that are out there, maybe some lawsuits coming or whatever. So let's not even put Cuban on the list right now, but, you know, now you add Liz Cheney to the mix. We're at 8. We're at 8 different candidates. And it's interesting because I think she goes on to bring up, I don't know if she's naive enough or dumb enough to think she can win, but I think in her mind, she thinks, well, if I run, I will hurt Trump because I'll get anti-Trump Republicans to support me, which means he won't have enough Republicans to get across the finish line in a general election. If I'm being kind, I think that's what she thinks. I don't think she's silly enough to think if I run, I can win. Cheney mania is going to sweep the country. Pfft, my ass sacks. Are you kidding me? What a joke. So I think she thinks this will hurt Trump. But here's the problem with that. I don't think that's what would happen. I actually think it would hurt Biden more than Trump. Of all of the other candidates that are running, that are likely running, you know, it's only RFK who maybe will hurt Trump more. And even that's up in the air because since he announced he's running as an independent, Trump and the Republican establishment really have turned on him and have gone after him. So he might lose whatever like Republican or right-leaning votes he has. But it's possible RFK hurts Trump more than Biden. But all the other ones are way more likely to hurt Biden more, whether it be Jill Stein or Cornel West or Joe Manchin or Liz Cheney. I don't think Liz quite understands yet. Like, look, in her mind, and I understand this perspective, she thinks, well, what do you mean? It's all about policy, and I am one of the most conservative people that was in Congress. And she's right. She is that. If you look at her policy positions, they're like 99% in agreement with Trump. The only areas where she disagrees are like, hey, Trump shouldn't become a literal dictator and do a coup and keep himself in power. And it's like, good, she's right on that. I'm happy she takes that position. But also, she agrees with all of his other policies. She loves deregulation. She loves corporate subsidies. She loves tax cuts for the rich. She loves so-called free trade deals. Really, it's outsourcing deals and the race to the bottom. She loves global capitalism, hates any sort of social safety nets, very conservative on social issues like abortion, for example, and the war on drugs. So she's like a down-the-line, hardcore conservative Republican. So in her mind, she thinks, I'm going to get the anti-Trump conservative Republicans, and they will vote for me, and that might hurt Trump. But here's the problem. Oftentimes, politics, and it pains me to say this, I wish it weren't true, but it is, oftentimes politics is more about vibes than policies. And you know who's much more likely to vote for Liz Cheney? I'm sorry, but it's true. Democrats that are resistance liberals who have one bone to pick or another with Biden, and they think, oh, Liz Cheney's such a hero. She's such a hero for standing up to Trump. She's earned my vote. I think it's much more likely that she takes from potential reluctant Biden supporters than she takes from Trump. So look, I don't know. I want to ask you guys, what do you think it is that's leading all these people to either run or be on the brink of running? Because there's another theory, which is perhaps even simpler, which is just Occam's razor. They all have colossal egos, and they think like, I shall be the one to save the day. I, Joe Manchin, will save the day. I, Liz Cheney, will save the day. But I just find it so hard to believe that these grown-ass adults who have been in politics their entire lives, that they don't know that in a first-past-the-post system with no ranked choice voting, that you have no chance of winning, right? I mean, I feel like they have to know that. They have to know that. Ross Perot got like 19% of the vote and didn't get a single electoral college vote. Why? Because of the way our system is designed. It is first-past-the-post voting. So that incentivizes everybody to go either for the Democrat or the Republican when push comes to shove. And so until you get rid of first-past-the-post voting, until you get rid of the two-party system, you're not going to have any independent candidate win or a third-party candidate win at the presidential level. It's just not going to happen. And I want ranked choice voting, by the way, so that we give other candidates and parties a better shot. But that doesn't happen. But are these people, are they too dumb to even realize that? Is it just all ego and narcissism that's driving them? Or are there secondary calculations like Liz Cheney thinks, oh, I'll hurt Trump more even though she won't, so I'll run? I don't know, man. I'll leave it up to you guys, but enough with these giant ego freaks, man. Enough with them. It's just, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. And somebody needs to give you a cold, hard dose of reality, because apparently nobody else is. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.